When discussing why Jungkook continually finds himself at the very center of HYBE's attention, it's important to look beyond surface-level fandom enthusiasm. The real foundation lies in the company's broader business model and the structural way that K-pop agencies operate. HYBE is not simply a music label. It is a diversified entertainment and lifestyle corporation that thrives on cultural influence, cross-industry partnerships, and maximizing star power. Within this framework, Jungkook's presence becomes irreplaceable, almost like a linchpin that holds together multiple branches of the company's long-term vision. Unlike traditional pop industries in the West, K-pop agencies operate on a meticulously structured business framework where idols are not just performers, but multi-layered products. They serve as musicians, influencers, fashion models, cultural ambassadors, and digital content magnets. Jungkook, as BTS's youngest member, yet one of its most versatile figures, fits this mold perfectly. HYBE leverages his talent across various verticals. Music revenue. Jungkook's solo works consistently chart internationally, bringing in direct sales and streaming revenue. Merchandising. His image appears on a range of products, from clothing collaborations to exclusive collectibles. Brand partnerships. High-value endorsements, like Calvin Klein, don't just boost his profile, they feed into HYBE's reputation as a talent incubator that appeals to luxury markets. Content creation. Every V-Live, Weverse update, or behind-the-scenes moment with Jungkook translates into millions of interactions, which HYBE then monetizes through platforms it either owns or partners with. In this structure, Jungkook isn't simply one artist among many, he's a financial multiplier. For HYBE, ensuring his visibility isn't optional, it's critical to sustaining growth. HYBE is often described as a tech entertainment company, not just a traditional music label. This means its strategies are deeply tied to metrics, streaming numbers, social media reach, digital engagement rates, and brand valuation. Jungkook consistently tops global rankings in these areas. Streaming platforms. His solo tracks like Seven and Standing Next to You dominated Spotify and Billboard charts, proving his draw outside the BTS collective brand. Search engine popularity. Data repeatedly shows that Jungkook is one of the most searched K-pop idols worldwide. Social media virality. Even small clips of him at airports or casual live streams routinely go viral, giving HYBE free global publicity. When a single individual can trigger such widespread attention, it makes sense that HYBE builds strategies around him. To ignore this data would be counterintuitive for a company that prides itself on analytics. BTS as a group is temporarily fragmented due to mandatory military service. HYBE must carefully manage its artists' careers during this hiatus to maintain public interest and shareholder confidence. Jungkook's role becomes central in this strategy for two reasons. Sustaining BTS visibility. With members inactive, Jungkook's activities keep the BTS name alive in global media, ensuring fans don't drift toward competing groups or artists. Testing solo viability. HYBE also needs to evaluate which members can sustain long-term solo careers that contribute meaningfully to revenue. Jungkook's success sets a benchmark. This makes him not just a performer, but a stabilizer for HYBE's financial ecosystem. He reassures investors, secures brand partnerships, and ensures BTS's relevance doesn't fade during the group's downtime. HYBE's ambitions stretch far beyond Korea. The company has acquired labels in the US, Japan, and elsewhere, positioning itself as a global entertainment conglomerate. In pushing into these markets, it requires cultural icons who can seamlessly bridge different audiences. Jungkook fulfills this role better than most. In the US, his fluent English, Collaborations with Western producers and chart-topping singles make him relatable to American listeners. In Japan, his popularity has remained consistently high, supported by his clean public image and strong fan base there. In Europe, beyond, Jungkook's global recognition helps HYBE position itself as more than a Korean company, but rather an international player. In effect, Jungkook becomes a walking embodiment of HYBE's globalization strategy. Every move he makes, whether a live performance or a brand shoot, doubles as corporate marketing for HYBE itself. HYBE manages many artists across different labels. 17, TXT, Les Seraphim, New Jeans and more. While these groups are successful in their own right, none match Jungkook's cross-market dominance. For example, 17 excels in album sales but has less individual global name recognition. New Jeans captures Gen Z audiences but lacks the multi-generational pull Jungkook has. TXT is strong but still largely defined in BTS's shadow. This comparative analysis shows why HYBE leans heavily on Jungkook as its centerpiece idol. His individual star power outshines collective success stories from other groups, making him the safer bet in corporate strategy. From a business risk perspective, putting too much focus on one artist can backfire. What if scandals arise or public interest shifts? Yet, Jungkook has proven to be relatively stable compared to other K-pop figures. His controversies are minimal, his professionalism is praised, and his reputation remains largely positive. This stability gives HYBE confidence. Unlike other stars who might bring unpredictability, Jungkook represents a reliable revenue stream. In risk management terms, he is an asset with consistent returns, making it logical for the company to keep him in the spotlight. Another overlooked aspect is how Jungkook's popularity creates a halo effect for HYBE's other ventures. His visibility draws attention not only to music but also to platforms like Weverse, merchandise collaborations, and even HYBE's new tech-driven experiments, like NFT-related products or fan engagement platforms. When Jungkook launches a live session on Weverse, the platform experiences traffic spikes. When he wears Calvin Klein, fans not only buy CK products, but also associate HYBE with high-value fashion partnerships. This indirect influence boosts the company's image far beyond the music industry. Some may argue that new idols could eventually take Jungkook's place as the company's centerpiece. While possible, timing is crucial. Building an idol with Jungkook's global stature requires years of training, branding, and fan engagement. HYBE knows that replacing him prematurely could cause a significant gap in public visibility. This is why the company continues to spotlight him. Despite having a diverse roster, it is not about favoritism, but about practicality. He is, at least for now, their most efficient global representative. If the first reason for Jungkook's central role at HYBE can be explained by the company's business model and corporate dependency, the second reason goes deeper into culture itself. Jungkook is not just a singer, dancer, or celebrity. He is a cultural magnet. His every move, whether stepping into an airport, releasing a track, or appearing in a brand photo shoot, generates an outsized ripple effect that shapes how the public perceives both HYBE and the K-pop industry as a whole. This cultural weight explains why HYBE always positions him at the center of attention. He is not merely a performer, but a trendsetter, an icon, and even, in some ways, a mirror for how audiences worldwide view K-pop's global identity. One of the most compelling aspects of Jungkook's cultural power is his ability to embody both relatability and aspiration at the same time. Unlike some idols who present themselves with a carefully polished, untouchable aura, Jungkook strikes a balance. Relatable side. He shows his casual self on live streams, whether eating simple food, gaming, or joking with fans. This makes audiences feel like they're interacting with someone approachable, not a distant superstar. Aspirational side. At the same time, his stage performances, magazine shoots, and global campaigns highlight his perfection-driven work ethic, physique, and artistry. This duality, the everyman meets superstar persona, is what keeps him so magnetic. It gives fans from different backgrounds a way to connect with him. Some admire him as a role model, while others feel comfortable treating him like a friend. HYBE understands the rarity of this balance. By pushing Jungkook into the spotlight, they aren't just selling a musician, they're amplifying a cultural archetype that resonates universally. If you want to measure cultural magnetism, just look at Jungkook's airport appearances. These moments are, on paper, insignificant. An artist walking from a car to a terminal. Yet, every outfit, hairstyle, and accessory he wears becomes a discussion point across social media platforms and fan communities. Fashion blogs immediately track the brands he wears. Fan edits circulate online, sometimes amassing millions of views. Mainstream media picks up these appearances as news items, turning small gestures into global headlines. This ability to make ordinary movements extraordinary is rare. HYBE capitalizes on this by ensuring that Jungkook remains highly visible, knowing that even his most routine actions generate content, attention, and ultimately cultural relevance. K-pop is inseparable from digital platforms, and Jungkook is a case study in how an idol can dominate the online sphere. His live streams, Instagram updates, or even brief clips often create viral moments that reach audiences beyond K-pop fandoms. A simple live where he casually sings results in millions of real-time viewers and countless re-uploads. A dance clip posted online quickly gets imitated by fans and non-fans alike, leading to TikTok trends. His interactions with fans are dissected and discussed across platforms, making him a constant conversation starter. What HYBE gains from this is not just numbers, but influence. Jungkook's digital footprint ensures that the company stays at the forefront of pop culture discussions. In an era where visibility often equals relevance, his presence online gives HYBE a cultural edge. Another unique aspect of Jungkook's magnetism is his ability to bridge generational divides. Younger fans see him as a role model close to their own age, someone who understands gaming, fashion, and digital culture. Older fans appreciate his professionalism, vocal depth, and work ethic, qualities that transcend age-specific appeal. This broad range of relatability ensures that he's not boxed into one demographic. For HYBE, this is gold. It means Jungkook's fanbase is not narrowly defined, but rather spans multiple age groups, cultural contexts, and geographies. Brand collaborations amplify Jungkook's cultural magnetism. Calvin Klein's partnership with him is a clear example. His campaign visuals weren't just advertisements, they became internet phenomena. Fans, fashion critics, and even general audiences who might not follow K-pop closely found themselves discussing the imagery. Why does this matter for HYBE? Because every cultural buzz around Jungkook's collaborations reflects back onto the company itself. It positions HYBE not just as a music agency, but as a lifestyle powerhouse capable of pushing its artists into fashion, luxury branding, and global cultural relevance.